The Air Force is in the early phases of designing new sensors for its stealthy fifth-generation F-22 Raptor as it proceeds with software upgrades, hardware adjustments, new antennas and data link improvements designed to better enable to connect the F-22 and F-35 sensor packages to one another, industry officials explained. Sensor interoperability, two-way data links and other kinds of technical integration between the two fifth-gen stealth aircraft are considered key to an Air Force combat strategy which intends for the F-22 speed and air-to-air combat supremacy to complement and work in tandem with the F-35's next-gen sensors, precision attack technology, computers and multi-role fighting mission ability. The F-22 is designed to fly in concert with F-35. Software Update 6 for the F-22 will give the Air Force a chance to link their sensor packages together. Sensors are a key component to its capability. As the F-22 gets its new weapons on board, you are going to need to upgrade the sensors to use the new weapons capability. John Cottam, F-22 Program Deputy, Lockheed Martin Aeronautics, told us Military News Channel in an interview. While the F-35 is engineered with dogfighting abilities, its advanced sensor technology is intended to recognize enemy threats at much further distances, enabling earlier, longer-range attacks to destroy enemies in the air. Such technologies, which include 360-degree sensors known as Northrop Grumman's Distributed Aperture System and a long-range electro-optical targeting system, are designed to give the F-35 an ability to destroy targets at much longer ranges, therefore precluding the need to dogfight. The Air Force is in the early phases of designing new sensors for its stealthy fifth-generation F-22 Raptor as it proceeds with software upgrades, hardware adjustments, new antennas and data link improvements designed to better enable to connect the F-22 and F-35 sensor packages to one another, industry officials explained. Sensor interoperability, two-way data links and other kinds of technical integration between the two fifth-gen stealth aircraft are considered key to an Air Force combat strategy which intends for the F-22 speed and air-to-air combat supremacy to complement and work in tandem with the F-35's next-gen sensors, precision attack technology, computers and multi-role fighting mission ability. The F-22 is designed to fly in concert with F-35. Software Update 6 for the F-22 will give the Air Force a chance to link their sensor packages together. Sensors are a key component to its capability. As the F-22 gets its new weapons on board, you are going to need to upgrade the sensors to use the new weapons capability. John Cottam, F-22 Program Deputy, Lockheed Martin Aeronautics, told us Military News Channel in an interview. While the F-35 is engineered with dogfighting abilities, its advanced sensor technology is intended to recognize enemy threats at much further distances, enabling earlier, longer-range attacks to destroy enemies in the air. Such technologies, which include 360-degree sensors known as Northrop Grumman's Distributed Aperture System and a long-range electro-optical targeting system, are designed to give the F-35 an ability to destroy targets at much longer ranges, therefore precluding the need to dogfight. Air Force officials have told us Military News Channel that, by 2019, the service will begin upgrading F-22 functionality for the AIM-120D and AIM-9X air-to-air missiles as well as enhanced air-to-surface target location capabilities. The F-22 currently carries the AIM-9X Block 1 and a current upgrade will enable carriage of AIM-9X Block 2. Raytheon AIM-9X weapons developers explain that the Block 2 variant adds a redesigned fuse and a digital ignition safety device that enhances ground handling and in-flight safety. Block II also features updated electronics that enable significant enhancements, including lock-on after launch capability using a new weapon data link to support beyond visual range engagements, a Raytheon statement said. Another part of the weapons upgrade includes engineering the F-22 to fire the AIM-120D, a beyond visual range advanced medium-range air-to-air missile, AMRAAM, designed for all-weather day and night attacks. It is a fire-and-forget missile with active transmit radar guidance, Raytheon data states. The AIM-120D is built with upgrades to previous AMRAAM missiles by increasing attack range, GPS navigation, inertial measurement units and a two-way data link, Raytheon statements explain. As the Air Force and Lockheed Martin move forward with weapons envelope expansions and enhancements for the F-22, there is of course a commensurate need to upgrade software and its onboard sensors to adjust to emerging future threats, industry developers explained. Ultimately, this effort will lead the Air Force to draft up requirements for new F-22 sensors. Cottom also explained that the House and Senate have directed the Air Force to look at 2 different potential sensor upgrades for the F-22, an effort the service is now in the conceptual phase of exploring. A sensor enhancement program is now being configured. We do not know what that is going to entail because it is not yet funded by the Air Force and we have not seen the requirements documents, Cottom said. Threats in the world are always evolving, so we need to evolve this plane as well. An essential software adjustment, called Update 6, is now being worked on by Lockheed Martin engineers on contract with the Air Force. Work on the software is slated to be finished by 2020, Cottom added. A hardware portion of the upgrades, called a tactical mandate, involves engineering new antennas specifically designed to preserve the stealth configuration of the F-22. New antennas have to be first constructed. They will be retrofitted onto the airplane. Because of the stealth configuration, putting antennas on is difficult and time-consuming, Cottom said. Meanwhile, the Air Force is performing key maintenance on the F-22 Raptor's stealth materials while upgrading the stealth fighter with new attack weapons to include improved air-to-air and air-to-surface strike technology, service officials said. Additional upgrades to the stealth fighter, slated for 2021, are designed to better enable digital communications via data links with 4th and 5th generation airplanes. The Air Force has contracted Lockheed Martin to perform essential maintenance to the F-22's low observable stealth coating to ensure it is equipped to manage fast-emerging threats. Lockheed Martin completed the first F-22 Raptor at the company's inlet coating repair, ICR, speed line, a company statement said. Periodic maintenance is required to maintain the special exterior coatings that contribute to the 5th generation Raptor's very low observable radar cross-section, Lockheed stated. The increase in F-22 deployments, including ongoing operational combat missions, has increased the demand for ICR. Additionally, Lockheed Martin is providing modification support services, analytical condition inspections, radar cross-section turntable support and antenna calibration. F-22 attack and supercruise technology. At the moment, targeting information from drones is relayed from the ground station back up to an F-22. However, computer algorithms and technology is fast evolving such that aircraft like an F-22s will soon be able to quickly view drone video feeds in the cockpit without needing a ground station, and eventually be able to control nearby drones from the air. These developments were highlighted in a specialist military news channel interview with Air Force Chief Scientist Greg Zacharias. Zacharias explained that 5th generation fighters such as the F-35 and F-22 are quickly approaching an ability to command and control nearby drones from the air. This would allow unmanned systems to deliver payload, test enemy air defenses and potentially extend the reach of ISR missions. Newer F-22s have a technology called synthetic aperture radar, or SAR, which uses electromagnetic signals or pings to deliver a picture or rendering of the terrain below, allow for better target identification. The SAR technology sends a ping to the ground and then analyzes the return signal to calculate the contours, distance and characteristics of the ground below. Citing budget concerns, Air Force officials have said it is unlikely the service will want to build new F-22s. However, it is possible the Trump administration could want to change that. The F-22 is known for a range of technologies including an ability called Super Cruise which enables the fighter to reach speeds of Mach 1,5 without needing to turn on its afterburners. The F-22 engines produce more thrust than any current fighter engine. The combination of sleek aerodynamic design and increased thrust allows the F-22 to cruise at supersonic airspeeds. Super Cruise greatly expands the F-22's operating envelope in both speed and range over current fighters, which must use fuel-consuming afterburner to operate at supersonic speeds. Col. Larry Broadwell, the commander of the 1st Operations Group at Joint Base Langley's Eustis, Virginia, told us Military News Channel in a special pilot interview last year. The fighter jet fires a 20mm cannon and has the ability to carry and fire all the air-to-air and air-to-ground weapons including precision-guided ground bombs, such Joint Direct Attack munitions called the GBU-32 and GBU-39, Broadwell explained. In the air-to-air configuration, the Raptor carries 6 AIM-120 AMRAAMs and 2 AIM-9 Sidewinders, he added. The F-22 possesses a sophisticated sensor suite allowing the pilot to track, identify, shoot and kill air-to-air threats before being detected. Significant advances in cockpit design and sensor fusion improve the pilot's situational awareness, he said. It also uses what's called a radar warning receiver, a technology which uses an updatable database called mission data files to recognize a wide range of enemy fighters, Broadwell said. Made by Lockheed Martin and Boeing, the F-22 uses two Pratt & Whitney F119, PW-100 turbofan engines with afterburners and two-dimensional thrust vectoring nozzles, an Air Force statement said. It is 16 feet tall, 62 feet long and weighs 43,340 pounds. Its maximum takeoff weight is 83,500. The aircraft was first introduced in December of 2005, and each plane costs $143 million, Air Force statements say. Its greatest asset is the ability to target, attack, and kill an enemy without the enemy ever being aware they are there, Broadwell added. The Air Force's stealthy F-22 Raptor fighter jet delivered some of the first strikes in the US-led attacks on the Islamic State in Iraq and Syria, when aerial bombing began in 2014, service officials told us military news channel. After delivering some of the first strikes in the US coalition-led military action against ISIS, the F-22 began to shift its focus from an air dominance mission to one more focused on supporting attacks on the ground. An F-22 squadron led the first strike in war, Operation Inherent Resolve. The aircraft made historic contributions in the air-to-ground regime, he added. Even though ISIS does not have sophisticated air defenses or fighter jets of their own to challenge the F-22, there are still impactful ways in which the F-22 continues to greatly help the ongoing attacks, Broadwell said. There are no issues with the air superiority mission. That is the first thing they focus on. After that, they can transition to what they have been doing over the last several months, and that has been figuring out innovative ways to contribute in the air-to-ground regime to support the coalition, Broadwell said.